Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade
Shade
in
in
the
the
City.
City.
I'm your girl Treese,
It's Nels.
and we are jumping into our review of episode Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 16.
Yes. Look, and I know that because of Dubai, and you mentioned it earlier.
Right, right. I'm just wondering why we are still going here. I mean, it's great, but it's getting a little lengthy. I mean, when you have a 20 episode season, you're because that's what it's giving. Now, please make sure if you have not already that you hit the like button.
And you hit that subscribe button because we want you to join our family.
Right. And become part of the Shade Squad.
Yes.
Please, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. But anyway, y'all, let's get into it and let's get shady. Off this episode, we see Ace, little Ace, and I never realized how much he looked like his mama until this scene, and I was like, "Oh, that is Candy's face."
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Ace apparently has an acting coach. That's something that Candy has gotten him into. Start him out young, and apparently they do this at home. They go through lines together, and we see Ace, in his little acting chops and getting it together, and his blooper reels, and it was really cute. And I just thought it was dope, as a parent to sit there and support. Um, and yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, Candy. Start him off early.
Marlo is on FaceTime with her sister because she missing the boys like crazy. She ready for them to come back. It seems like her sister also has some complaints about them too, like they not taking their medicine
They
and
don't wash no
don't
dishes.
wash no dishes. And Marlo lets her know that she really does appreciate the 30 days that she did keep them. But you know what? She'll be by to pick them up in 5 days. She said, whoa. You're supposed to be coming by tomorrow. They think you coming by tonight. She said, I need 5 more days. 5 more. Girl, you don't missing too much. She like, look, we need to turn it
Right. I was just gonna say, I was
five.
like, this came from the same person. Can I tell you? And maybe we're just I get it. Maybe it's different being auntie, but can I tell you how much I miss my baby? We were gone for those couple days, and it was what, a day and a half. I have terrible separation anxiety. I
You
know
look,
she's fine.
you see what
I
I
need
did while I was
therapy.
you see what I did while I was gone.
Oh, FaceTime.
Well, no, not even that. I made sure she got home. She went home. Slept in my bed and everything. Well, then we move on to Drew. She's sitting on the couch with Ralph, and apparently she don't feel nothing. These drugs is kicking in. They is listen.
And
I know how they
so
go.
high,
Right? He over there touching her feet.
so
He's like, look, are
high.
you touching? Are you touching my toes? But she feels bad because she feels like she kind of ruined a trip for them in Jamaica because she hurt herself. Um, Sheree stops by and Drew tells her like she really, really appreciates that because
I
they
thought that was super cute and dope of Sheree.
yes. And Sheree is hoping that, this will be a new chapter for them, but she appreciates the fact that Sheree did stop by. She said that they were arch enemies, and look at us now. Then
Right?
Sonya stops by. She's like, damn, like, what the hell going on? She said, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Right.
All the people that ain't fuck with me, they fuck with me now. Basically she feels like they showed up when they were supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That was super dope. So Sheree decides to let her know about what Kenya said,
About Ross.
that he was being aggressive and berating the women. So
Sonya
Sonya
says
like,
Kenya wishes she had a man to stand up for her. And when I tell you Drew might have been high, but Drew was on that couch like, mm-mm.
yes, she did. Yes,
And,
she
and
did.
and I think we even do hear Kenya say she said it.
She did. She did say
Yeah.
it. But Sonia says that really he was not attacking anyone. He was just standing up for her. And Sheree agrees. And we do know Sheree even told Kenya that she didn't feel that he was being aggressive. Really, he was just standing up for his wife. I mean, it was a table full of women and, him. The only thing that gets me is it's not even just this show, but it seems like in general, anytime a man speaks to a woman, it's aggressive. And why are you talking to a woman like you can't have a conversation? Whatever. But Sonya said, look, we're gonna nip this shit in the bud right now. I'm about to call Kenya right now.
Okay.
So she picked up the phone, call her.
I can respect her for that. Let's do this on site.
Exactly. So she picks up the phone, she calls in front of everybody. Kenya did actually sound like, she was kind of just waking up or something. And she explains that, I'm sitting here with Sheree and she told me what you said about my husband while you were on the bamboo, that you feel like he was berating the women and being aggressive. And Kenya's like, I need to wake up first. I'm going to wake up and call you back. And basically, Sonya was like, look, she tells her, well, no, I'm sorry. And Kenya says that she doesn't feel like she used the word aggressive. And she was like, it doesn't matter. That's the sentiment. And really, I don't appreciate it. You coming from my husband like that. And Kenya was like, okay, and hung up.
If only you could have gave this at the dinner table, Sonya.
We know that clearly somebody got to comfort her husband for her to have that energy. But we know Kenya is not a fan of apologizing, so she did not apologize. She just got off the phone and said, okay. And listen, when she got off the phone, we heard Sonya say bitch, but we don't know if it was before or after.
Before or after the call was hung up. That is
exactly. So, but yeah, I don't know. This put a little spark under Sonya's ass, okay?
I love how Sonya can have. Well, first of all, she's becoming one of my favorites on TikTok. So shout out to Sonya. But no, I absolutely love how she can recognize. She was like, guys, I just, I be in my head, I be forming the read, but it don't come out like that.
Let me tell you something, Sonya. I don't know if you watched.
And it's okay. It's your first season. I know you're not a look. I know you said you a rookie, but it's not your first race. But this is your first Real Housewives season, baby. I promise you, by season 2, if you get on season 2, you should be better at serving these reads because I know you got them. I know you got.
Let me give you a piece of advice, Sonya, because I don't know if you saw the previous seasons, okay? But Kenya is the queen of shade. Queen
outside of Phaedra,
of reads. I was just about to say now, if you want some lessons on reads and you want to be able to beat Kenya in these reads, the only person that you will be able to go to is Phaedra. Make friends with Phaedra, and Phaedra will show you the way. Okay,
especially I'm sure. Well, no, she never found Kenya.
Still to this damn day, Phaedra has the best read on Real Housewives.
Yeah,
on a lot of reality shows, actually. As far as I'm concerned, on all reality shows, Phaedra has.
That's the one I remember. We can go through it, and she read Kenya down. Kenya was sitting on that stage like
she is in for me. That read is in competition with the read that I saw on the show Pose, but that's not reality TV. That's scripted. So for reality TV, hands down, it's Phaedra. Sheree goes to meet with her fashion coordinator, Rowan. And, she said she's seen her work before, so she's super impressed. She's really confident with her work, but she does warn her that she invited her very shady friend to come support, and in walks Kenya.
Kenya showed up in rare form. I can't even say it's rare because Kenya came out.
I was not expecting. Yes, she did.
Jesus.
Kenya does say in the confessional that she's feeling some type of way, that Sheree is giving the bone collector energy because with Sonya, yes, but that's neither here nor there. She did not bring that up at this time.
She's here to support.
Yes. So Kenya basically wants to know why she wasn't chosen to do her pose, and says she could have had a block full of models, okay, out here. What's the girl name? Rowan let her know that, it was kind of under wraps. It was low key.
It was on the down low.
That's what Sheree wanted. She was like, why would it be low key? Like,
Why would it be? She was
no,
like, if
and
no
nobody
one
would know
knows,
about it.
that doesn't make sense.
Exactly. So she's feeling super concerned. So Kenya asks, why aren't we facing, the runway? And Rowan is like, oh, well, this is normally how I do with my fashion shows. And Kenya says, oh, okay,
The
the
wrong
wrong
way.
way. Kenya.
I'm
So
gonna
she
do
was
this a
like,
lot in this episode because Kenya it was
let me
terrible.
tell you something. If Kenya was here, she would need an actual fan. Not, no,
Right.
a
That's
fan.
not gonna do it. She's gonna need a Beyonce fan.
I mean, like a whole fan, like the one that blows in your face and you turn it
No,
on.
that's what I'm saying. She's gonna need a Beyonce fan.
The Mariah Carey fan. Okay. So she asked her, is it possible, if they can face the runway so they can actually see the walk? Now, Rowan does agree to move some of the chairs. Kenya tells her that they need some real models, and Rowan tells her they need a
Well,
real
we need a
budget.
real budget. And Sherees sitting there like, well, damn, how did I get thrown under the
Right?
bus
I thought y'all
in
were
the middle of
shady
y'all
together.
shit?
So Sheree inquires, how much will they cost? Rowan tells her, oh, for like real models, it'll cost like
250 to
250 to
500.
300. 250 to 500. And she's like, I already spent $1 million to get these samples. Shady ass
And
can.
Kenya was like, if she spent $1 million anywhere, it must have went to a collection agency. And she said, please make sure that y'all clip that out because I don't want Sheree to think I'm being shady. Kenya, Jesus.
I don't know what was going on here. What was going on?
It was like she came in fired up.
Fired up. Oh, God, happy before you got there, boo. Look, she got her rest. She
Right.
got her rest before coming.
She got rest, rejuvenated, and she said, okay, but you want to be the bone collector? Let's go.
So, they have the models walk. Apparently, like all of them were short. They were like 5'6", 5'5", 5'4", whatever. But Kenya did find a model that she really liked. She said they were like Naomi Campbell. And, they're looking at the picture. She's like, there's no contact info on here. So Rowan is like, oh, my assistant has all of that information. She was like, okay, can you go ahead and put your contact information on there like I asked? And she's like, okay, well, if that makes you feel better, I'm happy for you. Confetti. I said, what is really going on here?
It's
So,
it's giving. I don't know. Kenya went in there and just and poor Sheree is trying to stay out of it. She's just like dodging bullets. But Sheree, it goes back to what I said last review. Sheree is self-sabotaging. It's like she's scared of her own success. She sees that all the shit is falling apart. Why are we moving forward and not correcting it before we get there? Why? Oh, it's too late. I spent enough money. Sheree, it ain't gonna get better if you don't do nothing and ignore it.
I don't understand why you can't just have a launch date after you get everything.
I don't know. I maybe because
like do the fashion show after you have everything that you need. You know what I mean? Well, anyways, Kenya tells Sheree that she'll help her find more models because apparently it's not enough.
And more real, like professional, like not saying those girls weren't, but I just know because I'm 5'1", y'all. I never, as much as I wanted to try, I wasn't making nobody's runway.
And says, it should be like, like real people or whatever. And Rowan tells her, this is not my first rodeo. And Kenya says, well, it for damn sure look like it.
It's just terrible. Kenya, she ate her Wheaties this morning. I don't know.
I don't know, but standing under this breezy tree, it's getting a little chilly.
I said, damn. And poor Charade didn't. And like you said, if I was Rowan, I'd be like, you know what? You don't pay me enough to deal with your
right.
shit.
Am I getting paid extra to deal with this shit? Because you brought somebody in and
that's
question
another thing. Was it just me or did it seem like Sheree really had no clue about what was going on as far as like information? Like, you know what I mean? She just seemed like when she's like, what do you need? And da-da-da. It
She
seems
doesn't because she's hiring people to take care of that. And
but you still have to be involved in a
she's
certain
not. She's just hoping that they know what they're doing and taking care
but
of it.
she's done this before. That's what I'm saying. Why do we keep self-sabotaging? Why do we doing the same thing over and over is the definition of
have you
behavior.
not noticed that the successful people that are doing it know what they need to do and what needs to get done?
Right.
Versus someone hiring somebody just hoping that they know what they're doing. She needs to do her research. She needs to learn.
She does. She just wants, you know what? And I hate to say it, I heard something the other day, and Shade Squad, y'all dropped out in the comments, let me know. But somebody said her and Martell are perfect together because they both want to half-ass shit.
I was about to say it's like a get rich quick scheme.
Right, right.
Like that's
You
what it
just
is. You
wanna
just want
try
to
to put it
invest your
out.
money. You want to have somebody take care of it, and you just want to make the profit off of it rather than doing the real fucking work to get it done.
Now that her and Martell have in common, I will give them that.
Yeah.
See Ralph at the photo shoot for his book cover. And basically, Drew says since Jamaica, he's been opening up a little bit more about his book. And we also see Pastor Jeanette,
Because he wants her to write the forward on it.
Oh, okay. Well, Chanel ain't gonna give him nothing. But anyway, Pastor Jeanette says that she's there to support and was like, I just never seen him doing this, and this is such a great thing. And Drew believes it's awesome that he's wanting to help other families as well. We learned that the book is about 75% done. And basically Ralph comes over and talks about how, trying to be the loving, supportive husband. He just wants to make sure everything is ready for Drew's party. And I think he's trying to deflect because then Drew brings it up that she has let her mother know that he has made the decision to not adopt Josiah. So, of course, Pastor Jeanette wants to get a little bit deeper into this and find out why. And he's like, well, basically, I talked to Ricky, which is Josiah's father, biological father, and was like, he was very hurt by that. And so I just, he was like, I wanted to respect that. I wanted to be Josiah's decision. And, he apparently is working with him, which I thought was really dope. And I guess, you don't know a lot behind the scenes, but apparently he's been trying to come, I guess, to Josiah's, basketball games or whatever, so they can kind of like try to start to build a relationship. Because I remember, I think it was last season we saw that, and that young man was not interested at all in having any type of relationship with his dad. So I think that's dope that Ralph is trying to like show Josiah it's okay. Like, I understand I'm still your dad, but this is your dad. So I think that's dope because he doesn't have to do that. Now, but Chanel Nails looks like she's feeling like it's BS or something. I don't know what she's giving the faces over there. However, Drew is not comfortable. And I love the point that she made. She's like, it's a commitment. She's like, the same way we made a commitment when we went and got married and put it on paper. It's a commitment. You adopting him on paper is a commitment. And I was like, well, that's true.
The only reason why I can agree with this is because he's doing it out of respect for the real father. And he said that if JoJo comes to him and says, I want you to adopt me, he will.
Mm.
So it's not that he's full on out. He's like, I'm committed to him. If he comes and tells me, though, I want you to adopt me, then so be it. But I am here to support his journey and help him on his journey, because he may decide, this is my father. You're my father too, but this is my father, and I don't want you to adopt me. It's not necessary. So
he's letting it be his decision, and I don't
exactly. So I can respect it. Now, over at Marlo's house, looks like the nephews are back. Okay. William's getting help with his Spanish quiz from Marlo's assistant, but apparently she don't really know too much Spanish, so she don't really know what to pick.
She's actually learning as she's trying to teach.
And it sounds like William would actually be failing. So she says that they came in the house and it wasn't like normal, like no fussing, no fighting. She said like there was no get in the shower. She said that they both took hour showers. Normally she gotta, force their ass to wash their ass. And says that she says that they understood, why they had to leave. Apparently Michael said that he did miss her and knows why, they had to leave and that they needed structure. And it
Right.
made her feel like she was doing the right thing. Now she does remind them that, look,
You can go
y'all want
back.
y'all want your phones back. You better do right in this house. You better do right in school, do chores, do what you need to do, get them grades together, and then you can get your shit back. Go ahead, Marlo.
I'm mad at it. She had a plan and she worked it out. And apparently, like she said, she plans on going to see a family therapist and working everything out. So kudos, Marlo, for not giving up. I think that's super dope.
Drew says she's super excited. Her and her hubby did all the work on the party. And it's to bring Kenya and Marlo together. This is their birthday party for them. Let's hope this shit don't go left, y'all.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. So,
Don't nobody ever do this for me. Don't nobody ever do
you
this.
ain't really got no arch enemy. Well, you ain't got no arch enemies.
I got people I don't want to celebrate my birthday with. Just know that.
No.
I got no enemies, but I want to protect my peace on my birthday. Okay.
Duly noted. So Sherees shows up an hour late. And she says that, she was busy getting her event together, putting out fires, but she's committed to this. Okay. She is in it to win it. And
until she see that invoice.
So Drew tells her she needs to step up as a co-host. And, she just wants to make sure, I guess she's looking for her husband because she want to make sure that Sherees get the invoice.
Because we know Sherees like to duck paying people. That's just allegedly.
And tells her, you would have been able to have some input had you been here. And Sherees tells her, oh, well, since I ain't put no input, maybe I should only pay a fourth of the invoice. This invoice was $1,300, y'all. I don't know what service fee they was talking about, but the service fee alone was $540.
Well, yeah.
The balloons was $700. Maybe Party City would have came in handy.
Amazon.
Look, Sonya wasn't playing. Look, you can get a whole setup for $30. Ray says she pleads the fifth, okay, because she does not remember agreeing to pay half of some unreasonable amount. It says like she would never pay this. She would never did all of this.
Never, not never.
Then she says she is not cheap by any means, but she is not paying for someone else's bright ideas, especially when they ain't even that bright.
Lord. Well, Sherees won't even, okay, see, this is when I got to be shady. Sherees, you won't even pay for your own ideas.
She said she paid $1 million.
And things still aren't right?
That wasn't going to collections.
And things still aren't right?
All I know is now Drew believe Anthony, okay, that Sherees don't pay her bills. So then Sherees gets a phone call from her homegirl out in LA.
It's her, yeah, Dominica, whatever is her name, I think.
Yes, because she had to outsource some of the work there. And she can just drive up to the showroom, see what's happening. So she lets Sherees know that some of the pieces are done and they look great, but
some of them don't.
A lot of them are incomplete. You said raggedy?
Yeah, she said some of them got raggedy.
She said incomplete. Why are you saying that shit look raggedy? You are the worst.
If it's incomplete, it's raggedy. If I can't wear it and put it on the runway and show it to people and they can't buy it, then it's raggedy.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
If we're gonna throw pillowcases over people, if we doing a Kanye fashion show, this is She by Sherees. This is not Kanye. And yes, I'm throwing shade at Kanye.
You know what? When I come back over there, I'm getting my fan. I'm taking my fan. So Sherees decides, you know what? She's gonna get her head back in the game, and it is positive vibes only. This is what she's focused on. She is not putting out no more fires right now. So then everybody begins to show up, and they think it's a super cute idea to celebrate their birthday. Sonya is not sure how this is gonna go. She thinks that they can't.
Sonya's on the same shit that I'm on. Protect your peace. I'm not trying to.
She thinks this shit gonna go left. She's not even sure they can be in the same space together.
There's a difference between friends and acquaintances. It's a big difference.
So then, of course, with the fashion show, only 9 days away, Sherees giving the ladies a rundown on where everything is, where they at with the fashion show. She's explaining that some of her fashions got lost in Alaska. Kandi is not buying it at all. She's like, girl,
Kandi thinks it's the bull of the pit. Okay.
Then what is hilarious is Marlo and Kenya actually showed up at the same damn time.
And Kenya walks in the house and closes the door on Marlo, like she didn't see her behind her.
She's showing up.
I said, well, damn. I said, even the thing about it is you knew she knew who it was, because if I would have heard footsteps coming up somewhere behind me, I'm on.
You saw in the confessional, she said something about I can't get away from this beast or some shit. I just want to know if they're the same sign.
Clearly, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, just because they, you know, they both could be close together. That don't mean that they're the same sign. I just want to know if they're the same sign.
That's interesting. I would like to know that too. So Kenya and Marlo are very surprised when Ralph, after he greets them at the door, leads them into their surprise party. And Marlo is super overjoyed to see her best friend, her goddaughter there.
St. Petersburg. Some way, somehow they found her.
Right. And so they just, you know, she can't believe the lengths that they went through to find these people. And even we see Kenya's cousin, and she's like, y'all found my cousin. So
you know what though? Not even just this situation, but remember the situation before with Sherees' birthday? Clearly this was mainly Drew.
And that's what I'm saying. Drew shows up.
We're seeing a different.
Shows up. That's why I like her.
We're seeing, but not even just showing up. Like that was super thoughtful. That took work. That took effort. Like Drew is showing that she's a super dope friend.
Right. And when she fucks with you, she fucks with you.
Exactly.
So no. So then basically, you know, they all sit down to have this it looks like an amazing dinner. No offense, Sonia. It was not giving your dinner. It wasn't giving ashy feet, not at all. And you know,
ashy feet, Lord.
Drew,
and they got the nerve to say no offense.
I'm just saying. Kenya said it first. I didn't. She's the one that talked about them dry ass patties.
She said it a couple episodes ago. You saying it right now.
The food look good in Jamaica, so I'll let her.
What I know is I need my fame.
You're funny. So Marlo's, was it her cousin or Marlo's homegirl, gets up and, you know,
it was her best friend, the one.
Her best friend. And she gets up and gives a speech about just how awesome, how great she is. And she's a really good person, and how she be telling her, don't be fighting with Kenya. And so everybody thinks this is really kind of cute and funny. And Kenya's like, yeah, don't be doing that. But then, you know, Drew basically says, look, you know, this is a birthday party, but we brought you guys here because basically we're just tired of it. Like, we're tired of the back and forth between the two of y'all. And Kenya's like, is this supposed to be a birthday party or intervention? Because this is it's giving intervention and it's not fun. She's like, I've learned, you know, when people show me who they are, I believe it.
I feel like I would have that energy. Like, why are we talking about this? We're here to celebrate my birthday. Like,
right.
I don't want to talk about this.
She's like, no, I have to believe what she shows me. And she's shown me multiple times over and over.
And she says that she gave her too many chances.
And I can agree. But I like Marlo's rebuttal, because when Bravo showed the receipts of the things that Kenya has said to her, whether they be true or not, the point is, it's hurtful. And she still said them. Now, whether it was warranted after Marlo's, I'm not going to get into that. But point is, they both said hurtful things to each other, and feels like the issue
for me is Kenya is acting like Sonia right now. She needs to get her thoughts together and figure out what the issue is, because she's going back 8 years ago, and that's what Marlo was saying. She's like, okay, but what happened recently? And Kenya is basically saying, well, you constantly call me a liar. Mm-hmm. But like I said before, she can say, you constantly call me a liar. You still are talking about my husband. You're still talking about my daughter. You are still talking shit. You're still hitting below the belt. So this is not, I'm going back 8 years ago because I'm referencing that to this. The problem that I'm having is she's not referencing none of that shit. So it makes it, so really she's not seeming like she's valid in what she's feeling. Because you're talking about some shit from 8 years ago. But I know she's valid in what she's feeling. She's just not expressing that.
Kudos. Look at Nails out here.
Anyways, Kenya just felt like she had to take a step back. Okay, because she was feeling like she really not getting no love from Marlo. Like the love is not genuine, it's not real. And Marlo just kind of
we don't want no fake love, okay?
Right. Real love. So Marlo just says like they both said awful things to each other. And of course, they start to go back and forth as per usual. And Drew intervenes. It's like, look,
Mama, come pray over the food.
She like, get right. We about to turn up. Please, Mama, come give us some prayer.
And then go ahead.
Then Drew decides it's time to play a game called Below the Belt. Okay. She says they're going to give a scenario and everyone has to give their responses, and it's up to her and Sherees to let them know if it's below the belt. So the first one is, how would you respond if a woman accused your husband of being aggressive towards women? Now, Marlo took a shot and just said, you know what, let me just bow out of this one. And Sonya, she stood up. She said, bitch, you wish you had a man like that.
Okay.
Now, Kenya, in a confessional, she's like,
all right, Sonya, tread lightly.
Basically, bitch, I didn't send for you. Okay. Bitch, I'll send your ass right back. Keep on.
Okay.
Okay, then Drew says, what would you do if you were hosting a party with a friend and they offered to pay half the bill, then ditched out on you? And we all said, I would call their ass out. Call them out, though.
Point them out. Point them out.
And Sherees was like, girl, I'm trying to deal with my fashion show. I got a lot of shit to do. And Kenya's like, yeah, girl, with that $7,000 sweater on.
And it was designer. I'm just going to say that.
So Sherees used this as a segue. Okay.
To hand out her invitations.
Yes, her personalized invitations. And Kenya asked her how many pieces she has right now. Sherees was like, I ain't got nothing. Clearly just the pieces that are in these invitations.
They look like she stole them off the Barbies at the store.
And Kandi is like, how she spent all this money on these invitations with these little outfits in them, but couldn't get outfits to go for her fashion show. Like, she needs to just do fashions for Barbie.
Marlo said, girl, you just want to have a party. Just say you want to have a party. Don't stop wasting our time with this fashion show. And Sonya is like, what? 100 people next week and you ain't got nothing?
So, Sherees says that, she gonna do whatever she got to do to get this shit together, get her fashions there. She gonna pay whatever she got to pay. And call Sonya's mom over there. She's like, please pray. Please pray.
And look, they said prayer don't make clothes, Sherees. Again, it sounded like half-ass self-sabotage. Marlo and Kenya are both joking about how Sherees' casting call was basically a shit show. Now, Drew agrees that, maybe Marlo and Sherees aren't going to be the best of friends. I mean, not Sherees, Marlo and Kenya aren't going to be the best of friends. However, one thing they can agree on is that Sherees and She by Sherees is a hot ass mess. So Kenya tries to reiterate that everyone is really, really rooting for Sherees and they really want her to be successful, but she needs to get on the ball. And if she doesn't change something or do something now, basically she's going to fail again. So then we see Sherees run off and she's going to Black Coffee. I thought that was cute. Black Coffee. It looks black on. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, there was one called like Light Skin Keisha, and I don't remember what the other one was.
Oh, wasn't it? That's cute.
Yeah, I thought it was cute with the names. But yeah, she's going to meet Apollo. Apparently, they've been friends for a long time, and apparently he's doing well because he pulled up in a Rolls Royce.
Okay.
For somebody that was left for dead. Okay. So she says that they've always been good friends. They lost contact, when he went to prison, but since he's been home, they reconnected, off and on. They talk. I don't want to say reconnected. They talk off and on, And apparently he helped her with like advice with dealing with Tyrone. So, they, catch up for a little bit, and he tells her, if you need anything from me, I got you. She's like, well, sir,
I
actually I do need something. And look, he looked like he wasn't expecting that. He was like what you need?
Right.
So she tells him that her fashion show is coming up and she needs him to be one of the male models. He's like, you know what? I might have a little bit of sexy left in me. So yeah, you know what? I got you. I got you, boo. He says also, they get into his past. He says he's been home for about 2 years and Phaedra basically left him for dead. He says when it first happened, she wasn't there when he was sentenced, self-surrendering. She wasn't there, and she wouldn't allow him to see his children. And says there was a lot of things that happened that showed him that she really wasn't down for him.
Right.
And of course, Bravo
said, I want no parts.
Yeah, they went back to the clips, and she said, "No, you messing up my good name, sir. Bye bye." So she says that she was dating Tyrone, and then they kind of cut things off. And apparently, he ran into him while they was locked up or whatever. He was claiming Sherees.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I was really in love with him. And he was like, damn, he put that good thing down, huh? He gave you that good work. He gave you that good work. She's like, he really did though. She ain't say that, but that's what the face was giving. Now, she lets him know because he's like, okay, so if it was so good, like what had happened? So she says
no, that he already knew what had happened. You got played.
So she said she was in New York with the girls and she drove to Philly to meet up with him, which we know, and he never showed up. No call, no text, no, sir, if this was a job, you would have got fired.
Right. No call, no show, sir.
Exactly. Apollo basically tells her, it's sad because he would see guys in visitation, have one girl 1 week, another girl the next week, and another girl the following week. And be on the phone with girls talking about, oh, I love you, can't wait to come home, move in with you, start a life. And none of it was ever true.
Right.
Basically telling her like what everybody else was telling her.
Men will sell you a dream while they're in jail because they're just doing it to pass the time.
And says that these men would come home and be totally different and just really just wasted your time.
Right.
So Sherees explains that after the situation, she reached out to him and he did answer like on the first ring. And they talked for a short time. Like he never addressed anything. Like it was like nothing ever happened. But he's been calling her and text her ever since. And she just feels that she needs to be away from that negative energy. She's like, I got to get out of that shit.
And Apollo feels like she does too because he realizes that he's on some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in to another review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 16. Please make sure, if you have not already, that you hit the like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And please make sure that you are following us on all of the platforms that are IG, Twitter, Facebook.
All of the platforms.
Yeah, TikTok, all that good stuff. And we will catch you next Sunday because clearly they still going. I told you this is clearly going to be a 20 episode season. Don't look like it's ending no time soon. So we will see y'all next week for another review of Real Housewives. And right. We'll see y'all it's getting very 90 day-ish, but we'll see y'all next week for another review of I was about to say 90 Day Fiance, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Love you.
Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!